Don't hold on the head and ball. How we feel and shame. How she have about 12 see and she went to holy name. Same time an ex-youth man pass and gone with the dame. Cause this is not a bet in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you stand like a mumu, the rhythm go jam you. This is not a bet in here, this is madness. Everybody mad.
On the button. Share the video. Let everybody know we're inside. We have some things to discuss and we're starting now.
Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Where we going?
You tell me all the time, you know. The year now start. 2018 done. 2019 start. Real bacchanal about to begin, you know. They want to start in the morning. Well, we want to start tonight. Light them up.
Wednesday morning gone, the man this place closed down.
To the jackasses who defending the PNM and the bullshit of the inspection, $5,000 tomorrow. To those jackasses, pay close attention. Because to those jackasses who parroting the nonsense, and to Stefan Rees, we raised this issue yesterday, 24 hours ago, exactly. We light this issue up in the public space and sent it viral. Nobody was paying attention to it. When you pick up a PEP issue, when you pick up an issue that the Progressive Empowerment Party is championing, have the moral decency and integrity to give us our credit, because we're not getting paid in the parliament like the opposition to sit on the ass and stunt. We walk in. And when we walk in, when we do it, we walk. Give we props, give we pips, give we what we entitled to. Have the decency, Stefan. If you're picking up a Progressive Empowerment Party issue from the Progressive Empowerment Party perspective, call us on your show. We will be there, front and center. Chairman Felicia Holder, PRO Janice Lemon Cricky, or myself. You could have any of us, you could have all three. The Progressive Empowerment Party is taking this issue to the government. Don't jump in the thing and not say where you get this information from. Anyway, you was lacking some information that I was saving for tomorrow on the radio, 9 o'clock. Because tomorrow morning from 9 to 12, we start 2019. 2019, Monday and Wednesday, we on the radio 9 to 12. So all of y'all want to park and make your coffee and settle down. It's 3 hours tomorrow. So get inside, because we're taking calls whole show. And the last hour, 11 to 12, we're taking calls from people who are having problems with government, state, and 1% agencies, and we are going to solve those problems in the bright light of public glare with attorneys, with lawyers, using the state, using freedom of information, whatever it takes. We are going to show Trinidad and Tobago how you don't need public office to effect change in this country. But let me get back inside of this. Your $5,000, Rohan Imbat Rowley, is a farce, is bullshit, is an attempt to gouge people. Setting up licensing office to fail to deliver stickers is an attempt to set people up to fail. Y'all are making poor people suffer in this country, and people are going to run out of patience with y'all. Just now, people are going to run out of patience with y'all, and we're going to be able to shut this country down. It's going to come to that. The country is being mismanaged in a way that was not heralded before. Nobody expected that it was possible that government could be so cruel, heartless, oppressive, irresponsible, ridiculous, and incompetent as this government is. The entire band, the entire lineup. I was invited to go to the Commissioner of Police Christmas party and I didn't go. Not because I didn't want to lie with Gary, although no, Gary's my boy. But I would have to bounce up shit snakes and stunters like Faris and Stuart Young. And I can't lie. If I see you, I ain't shaking your hand. Don't come to shake mine. I don't want to talk to Rowley. I have nothing to say to Kamala. We in trouble as a country from all those jackasses and shit snakes and mocking pretenders. And I segue in here to tell all of you who talking about They have no room for a third party. The Progressive Empowerment Party is carving its own space. I'm not going back on Fazil's show until I have a certain number of paper to hand him. But we're waiting on that too. All that coming. But to those of you who know that the opposition UNC is shit, wash out, waste of time, can't do nothing, can't fix nothing, didn't do nothing. The only people they fixed last time they was in government was a couple jackasses with some box drain contract and their friends and their financiers and their family. They went into government to free Ish and Steve. They went into government to write a law called Section 34 so that Ish, Balls and Bamsi, they could have plucked it from having to go to America where his partners in crime had to give back money and serve time in jail. That's what Anand and Kamala went in that government for, People's Partnership. When Prakash and Winston and Carolyn sit down in there, they sit down in there in that conspiracy. So no COP, no UNC, no TOP, not one of them could talk. And I'm telling you, because I was there, and I'm willing to stand up and say that to them in public, full of shit, waste people time. So the ones of y'all who say that you know the UNC full of shit, that they can't do nothing, and you know the PNM, oppressive, ridiculous, cantankerous, you know, Rowling nasty, Stuart Young is a clown, Faris is a fool. You know that this government is a failure. The last government was a failure. Both of them are fronts for the contract mafia. Both of those parties funneled hundreds of millions and billions of dollars of this country's money into the hands of some profiteers and some zealous oligarchs. You know all of that, and you're talking about people going and vote for them. Who? Who's so stupid? Who's so stupid to vote for that? Who? Who's so stupid again? Who? Some rum drinkers from Caroni? Who? Some push-toe slippers wearers from Silots? Who voted for that shit? Who's so stupid to be living in a country this rich and this poor and still thinking they're going to pick between shit and shit come election time? Who is so stupid? 1.4 million of us, 976,000 registered to vote. Which among those are so foolish as to go and cut their own throat again playing We Time Now? Who? Who? Who's so stupid? Who in this country talk to them when they tell you, say, but you're so stupid. The PNM has done nothing for nobody in this country but their friends and financiers. Laventille Hill and Goodwood Park bill same time. Look at Laventille and look at Goodwood Park. And tell me, who benefit from PNM? Who? Who benefit from PNM? Kamala didn't benefit Rapai and Caroni. Kamala benefit Shawlands and Goodwood Park and Bayshore. That's where Kamala friends live in. Kamala used to be smoking and drinking up in Blue Range by Catherine Stallmeyer White House. Ask them. Children used to be posting on Facebook and props. You see how Faris was propsing with guns? For Catherine Stallmeyer White children was boasting, I come downstairs in my drawers and the Prime Minister in the living room. That's the kind of shit you're voting for. Stunt artists, friends and financiers. Them is the same people. Like the same Catherine Stallmeyer White who want to give me talk. I still have files on all of them. All. So when I tell you nothing about the PNM and the UNC, go, let's talk this thing. Because they have some apologists. They like them little Chinese toy that you could buy with a key in the back. You wind it up and you know what I'm talking about? $1 for one in the Chinese store. Wind it up. Whatever you wanted to do, doing that. So people saying, but they give them a moratorium. Why they can't go and pay? The only reason they go end up having to pay $5,000 is because they didn't. First of all, New York City, the fine, hey, members, if they have any sycophants on the thread, ignore them. We will pick them up and pick them off. They will get deleted and they will get blocked. Don't even answer them. They don't talk this shit. They get 3 seconds of fame. Because they still can't understand what time it is. They're still stupid. You gotta leave the sycophants alone. They're in a shrinking band that don't understand that they cutting their own family throat. They don't understand. Leave them alone. We will deal with that after. Rohan Senana, I want to ask you one question. Why you didn't peg the inspection of vehicle certificate to the insurance renewal? have to happen every year. And you can't drive without insurance because that's jail. So why didn't you peg the inspection sticker to the insurance? Because no insurance company could have been able to grant anybody a renewal on their insurance unless they got a copy for their own records of the inspection, roadworthy. Because without it, if you get in an accident and mash up your car, they can't cover you because you was driving a vehicle that's not roadworthy. So why, Rohan, instead of the mad rush to send 800,000 people in licensing office that can't deal with 800 people, why didn't spread it over the year? Why didn't tell Trinidadians, Stefan, listen to how a real government would have done it, because you didn't understand the point we was raising. Rohan, Faris, Stjoti, Rowley, if you had pegged the inspection of vehicles to the renewal of insurance, it would have spread over the course of 12 months and everybody's vehicles would have been inspected and made roadworthy, and all of the insurance companies would have gotten involved and assisted you. So we would not have needed the madness of saying we will risk $5,000 to frighten them down into licensing office. You didn't need to do that. And you know, and I know, that's not why you risk 5,000. You know and I know that the shit snake band of you who are marauding and plundering this country have no idea and no clue how to run it. And that you're looking for money to give back to voters come election time. You're looking for money to pay for t-shirt and iPhone. So you need to thief it from people's pocket. And you're running out of things to do. You're running out of things to tax. Why didn't you consult people who have an understanding? Not Faris' little girlfriend, Irani Ramuta, who boyfriend, Dave, get the contract to privatize TT Post and bust it. Not Faris' little girlfriend, Irani Ramuta, who all over Facebook, Philip Alexander, Irani, I can deal with you. I can deal with you too. You and your boyfriend, Dave. Don't be picking up, don't be sweating for Faris fever. Faris called Rohan. Why you didn't talk to people who could have helped you, who could have advised you, who could have shown you? 88 countries all over the world have systems in place that we could have copy and paste. Why we had to make it onerous? Why we had to do that? And if you wanted to put a tax that was busting people to prove a point, why didn't make it 1% of the value of the car? So that a B13 will pay 5,000 and a Benz will pay 50,000. Because you see, 5,000 to a B13 driver, you destroy that man. $5,000 to a Benz driver is 2 movie town dates here going on. And you're running the country like the rich gets pass and the poor get jam. Right through. Right through. So they're trying to raise $240 million in tax and fine on the road. And that is wrong. This PNM government is the worst government we have ever had in this country. The UNC that had a chance to save people and rescue them from the bondage that Tate and Lyle did them. I just watched an Indian fella in a Chinese grocery with his daughter and his son walk down the road to buy a half of white diamond rum. Can't pay for the taxi. His little daughter and his little son, so the son and the daughter growing up seeing, walk down the road, even with your children, but get a rum and get drunk. So that the boy going to grow up to be a drunk, more likely than not, and the girl going to grow up to think she have to marry a drunk because that's what she know. And the UNC had an opportunity. Let's watch these UNC sycophants talking about the PNM and what they could do for Bitam and what they could do for Laventille. What about what the UNC could do for their supporters? What about what the UNC could do for their people? We've run this country to the ground. We damage and destroy it. We've left all the people at the bottom rungs of both of those parties, those supporters, isolated at each other's throats, and they don't know why. And they have nothing going for them. Nothing. Kamala tell them when she was running for the People's Partnership in 2010 that she grew up bundling Badgie and Bodie. And she had every opportunity to restart Caroni and put farmers to work. But instead, she and she friend Anil Roberts and the rest of them farm out land. Go and check the land registry. Go and check what EMBD do. What is the name of that man they make minister of land? The one that they catch. He's a Hindu, but he was drinking, taking communion in a Catholic church, and it was on the bomb. Maxi put him on the bomb, and I had to go and rescue him. I can't remember his name. Go and see what they was doing with Caroni land. Go and check who get Caroni land. Go and see how much strip mall and strip plaza and how much gas station and movie complex Kamala and her crew give out on Caroni land. Well, let's stop talking shit. Don't come on my wall and talk shit and I make all the cry. Only UNC stink and dirty just like the PNM. No different. Hair texture, color shirt, everything else the same. Come into government for one purpose. To front the contract mafia who gives them, you hold a 50 million, you hold a 50 million. Whichever one all you win, we want back 500 million. And that's what they do. So when you're playing musical chairs, when all you're on the threads and all you're saying, but ain't she get fired, but ain't he get fired, watch me. Getting fired for misappropriating $50 billion is not enough of a consequence. We need enforcement of law. We need forensic auditing. We need prosecution of everybody who commit crime. The $1 billion plus that was stolen under Basdeo Pandey for that Piaco Airport monstrosity that rusted and fallen apart is no different to the $1.2 billion stolen under Manning to build Taruba. It's no different. We spent $630 million to rebuild Hilton. For that money, we could have built 2 Hilton. They spent $7.5 million to build a pool, boy. To build a pool. Rowley know that. But Rowley can't prosecute nobody. Why? Because Rowley and he banned eating. Eating. I watched The Guardian and the Newsday stunt for Andre Abraham of Fire One Fireworks and talking to them about the excitement. Everybody wants to touch the sky. Fireworks selling in a rain. Fireworks bust. So The Guardian and the Newsday, Sabga News Network and Castani get caught again peddling propaganda as journalism and media, lying for 30 pieces of silver to lead the people astray. Again, get catch again. Were you paid for that, Newsday and Guardian? Two of you all practically used the exact same words in the same article and did the same shit last year. Run the same story last year. CNC3 run a story for Andre Abraham saying that they've removed the noise-making aspects from fireworks. Remove it how, Andre? The only reason the country didn't have as much dead animals this year as last year is because you're boss. Because people didn't have money. Some people just fed up their buff from their friends and their family and their neighbors. Because we say it is either the government gives us a law where those who want to enjoy fireworks, those who want to see their money go up in the sky, go and do it. Where you don't disturb nobody else. Go somewhere where people don't live. Go and make all your noise by yourself. But you see, if that becomes law, Andre Abraham and Fire One Fireworks will never support that as law. Because all of these little egos that go and buy fireworks, they think that they're doing the community a favor. That everyone is sitting down, counting down till 12 to see their display when people tolerating them in dismay. Nobody cares to see you light up the sky. Nobody cares for your noise making. Nobody cares. But you're there thinking that you're doing somebody a favor. You're not. And the moment that become law, all done. All. Nobody buying it again. Let's make that a law. That if you want to buy fireworks, buy fireworks. just to set it off where you could distress and inconvenience others. Just don't. Because if we can't have that law, then ban it outright. And ban it so that you can't import it. Ban it so that you can't display it. Ban it so that you can't offer it for sale on every corner. That's the controls that we need. So if they smuggle it and you catch them with fireworks, that's a different jail. That's contraband. Find out who smuggling the thing. And because you don't want to manage it to the benefit of everybody, then we have to take it away from you. And a real government would have done that already. But I know Rowley and them like to go and clink glass like Rowley lawyer Kwamina. Kwamina tell Kwamina has boast that he's eat lunch in a Syrian man house on a Sunday and wash his car in a Syrian man car on a Saturday. Like Kwamina, Rowley want to be a Syrian. And Andre Abraham and them might come by way and drink. But it's time we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, excise and exorcise all of this bullshit. So I'm asking again to all of you watching and everybody going to watch in the future, if you know that the PNM and the UNC are two criminally corrupt, tribal, divisive, racist, incompetent organizations, if you know the legacy of the PNM and the UNC is marauding, plunder, pillaging, theft that has destroyed this country. If you know that the legacy of the PNM and the UNC was destruction and dismay, who is voting for these two bands of clowns and criminals? Who? Who sits down in their home waiting to vote and stain the finger for a shit snake, for a bandit? Who wants that? Who wants another 5 years of this bullshit? 5 years under Kamala was torture. 5 years under Rowley is more torture. But you know what you have? You have some UNC-looking sycophants who say, well, under Kamala we got some stuff. And there's some UNC-looking PNM sycophants. Some PNM-looking sycophants are saying, under Rowley we getting some. But they don't understand that the entire country does not advance. It goes backwards. And while you may be getting a little food on your plate, the problems that are being caused to feed you is going to cost you more in the short term, not even the long run. I have to use this as a point. The owner of the largest private army in Trinidad and Tobago, Michael Aboud, the owner of Amalgamated Security, his mother-in-law, bandits reach in her kitchen Christmas Day. You have more guard and more gun than nearly the police. But bandits reach in your mother-in-law house Christmas Day. And the point of that is, if you don't get it yet, Trinbago, that wolf, that hungry wolf, all that one shot, one kill we talking, there's plenty of them. And that wolf that we contributing 7,000 more to every year from our failed education system, that's providing some doctors, some lawyers, some bankers, and at the very bottom, some fence climbers and door kickers in. Because that's the country that we have. Mismanaged and broken. Fools walking around saying, well, we passed for Fatima and St. Mary's. We look here across the road while my child is coming of age to get his job. Across the road, children are growing with no chance at a life, who are going to at some point have to come and ask your children to share. Because we have no concept, because we've never been led properly. We've never had a real government that told you that the social management of the country from Goodwood Park to Laventille Hill is the function of government. that Silots and Rapai fall in the government lap, whether it's PNM or UNC, that if we do not stand together as one people and hold them to account, regardless of race or party, that we will continue to live in a nation broken by deliberate design. We will continue to live in a country where failure is a function of state. Because I don't know why it is so hard for business people that I know to get US dollars, but certain people getting US dollars, where these people who are importing fireworks getting foreign currency. They're bringing warehouses of fireworks. What they exporting that giving them US? What? We're living in a two-tiered, mismanaged, disgusting country. And it is going to continue like this as long as you sell your vote cheap to people who will sit in public office and appoint to oversight positions himself to himself, a grand conspiracy, a kleptocracy, a theftocracy, a contract mafia, while you thinking that your little 100 feet of box drain contract that you get set you up nice. Bandit come in and take that from you because 900,000 people suffering. And if we can't get that, and if we can't wake up to the reality that all raindrops contribute to the flood, if we don't, tonight I took a picture in Bayshore, Westmoreland, they double down. They raise the gates because they know they broke the law and they come and they put signs, they're waiting it out, no through traffic. And I want to tell the people in Regents Park, as the moment they close that gate, put a gate of your own. So we can't pass through Bayshore, you can't pass through Regents Park. It's time for it to get that foolish. Because the Commissioner of Police and the Chairman of the Diego Martin Regional Corporation haven't gone down yet and dealt with the issue of those gates. Because Bayshore is not entitled to those gates. And because of those gates, Westmoreland North, Western Circle and Cherry Crescent put up gates. And to all of you all who thinking that they have enough guard and gate in this country, when people ending up as criminals without choice, if instead of adding your voice to the saving and salvation of this nation, if you think that you could retreat behind gates and the wolf ain't will find you, go and ask Adam Aboud's mother. Because they're safe in Highland Park. And the wolf reach in the kitchen. And I'm just using them as an example only because her son-in-law own Amalgamated, the biggest security firm in Trinidad. So if he can't get security, who could? Stop the bullshit. Get together as a people. Those committing crime would like an opportunity to do something better where they don't have to take bullet in the chest and in the head. But when you, if you think that you and your children, if you all were hungry and that there were no choices and that all the systems of government and state were set up to frustrate you, that you couldn't advance, that you couldn't feed your family, if for a minute you're telling yourself that you wasn't climbing wall and you wasn't kicking in doors, you lie. Because you was never going and sit and watch your children starve. You was never going and sit and watch your children starve. But you're living in a society that is broken by deliberate design and you are a beneficiary. So you don't have to feel and you don't need to know until the wolf reach your door. And then you want to hold your head and bawl and say the country not running properly. Well, guess what? It's not running properly. 56 years now. Eric Williams put in trade a nation where theft and corruption was the order of the day. And to get anything done in Trinidad and Tobago, anything, you have to pay a bribe. We have been the most corrupt nation in the world for a long time. Others have come and others have gone. While we were there, Jamaica, Grenada, Rwanda, Somalia, Haiti, Guyana, all of those came and left. And we're still here. We're still here broken. All the nations in the world sell themselves as the #1 tourist and tropical island destination. Not one of them has the level of unspoiled beauty that Tobago has. But we will never know because Tobagonian people shackled to a THA that created for one purpose, to thief money. And that is why the THA has not been able to provide central government with accounts for 15 years. And it's amounting to about $20 billion missing. Now, we don't know what they did with it. You understand? But like Keith Rowley and AV Oil and the 100 million and Peaks and Unipet, that if you shut down Petrotrin, you close down debts that owe to the people. It's like if they shut down the National Insurance Board tomorrow, Apsara and Tamnaktai get away with 41 million. It's like that. And we continue to operate like this is somehow normal, or that like this will somehow end in a good way. It cannot. I keep telling you, all the drug pushers, all the drug traffickers, all the drug importers, them not driving the pirogue, them not climbing down in the pirogue and offloading the raw cocaine, them ain't opening the gate in the juice factory, them ain't turning on the lights, them ain't turning on the conveyor belt, them ain't putting the juice packs on the belt, them ain't putting the cocaine in the hopper, them ain't folding the boxes and the packing it back and taping it up and taking it to the airport and lodging it. Them ain't doing that. But the people who doing all of that learning, the people who drive the car and back it up on the beach in Cedros to load up the cocaine in the TNTech truck or the ambulance or even the SRP driving the police vehicle, all of them learning. Now you give them a 5,000, you give them a 10,000, but they understand there's $1 million. And they're stupid. And that's why a lot of our people have become so willingly corrupt. We've not had a government yet that says, we will run this country like a proper country and make sure that none of this drama. Look at St. Kitts and Nevis. They run 2 ferries. They don't have oil and they don't have gas and they don't have problems. But the Galleons Passage want to flip over and drown people. And the jackass telling you the water rough. Yes, jackass. Long before you come looking for the work, we know the water rough. Find a boat that rides rough water. Don't cost the sea if you buy a riverboat. Jackass. But again, we've set this country up to fail by our vote and with our voices. When we parroting bullshit, if they pay, if they go and pay for the inspection, nobody had to worry about no 5,000, and that is bullshit that you're parroting. Because $500 would have motivated them just as well. $500 would have motivated them just as well. We have fines for traffic fines and tickets in this country that are crazy and insane numbers. $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000. You're not going to send people to jail over a traffic violation. It is insane. You need to vote a government into office that will go and clear with a legislative agenda that will repeal all of that madness. Because a speeding ticket for $500 is just as hard. For a lot of people, you don't have to destroy them to make a point. That is lazy governance and incompetent policing. And it is time that we see and we say and we demand that better be done. You are not royalty. You are not there by divine authority. You are voted into office to do a job based on delivering services to the people. The well-being of who is your existence and your job. That is the function of your government and your authority. To look after the well-being of the people, not to take advantage of them. And that is what this government has done from day dot. What took place with Carney and what is taking place now with Petrotrin is unacceptable. And if there is a God in heaven, Rowley, tears will fall on you, brother. Tears will fall from your eyes, and there will be nobody around to hear. Your children will cry tears. Your grandchildren will cry tears. It's like I tell Andre Abraham, every animal that die, everybody that you inconvenience and you're frightened with your fireworks, every profiteering gouge will fall on you. It will fall on your family. You all will feel that same torture and that same torment. That is how karma works. That's how it works. Stop making your profit on the tears of other people Kid Rowley, if you can't do the job, step down. You are incurring a karmic debt of epic proportions. They have no Miami or London town or California you could run to and escape. They have nowhere. God justice final, boy. And only walking around pretending. Only don't forget. As watch my father. Could barely walk now. 15 years ago was jumping up and jumping around and climbing up and down. Life comes to an end. And between now and then, we have a responsibility to use whatever talents we've been given to the benefit of everybody. Bob Marley say, when you're strong, look down and help the weak. Don't piss down on them from the heights. That is not the purpose of government. To all of those who feel like they're little association with government, the little contract mafia, watch and look and see. I sit down in that empty tent for Anthony Sabga funeral. When you're dead and gone, you're dead and gone. Cockroach and worms for everybody. Stop pretending that you have an answer. You don't. What you need to do is use the opportunity right now to make sure that everybody in this country have a chance to maximize their potential and crime will go away. But we don't do that. We want prestige education for our children, and the only way we can have prestige education for our children is if they have failed schools. Because if Mokorapo performing at a high standard, what's the point of Fatima? And we don't admit that that is what we do. We contribute to the failure of Mokorapo so that Fatima could have a value. Imagine this nation populated by people who understand that once all of us stand at the same time, nobody needs to distress nobody else. Imagine this country where all our schools are prestige schools. Imagine this country if the $5 billion that was spent on public health wasn't stolen by the contract mafia, members of the contract mafia, plundering and pillaging, supplying medical suites and equipment and supplies at prices 500, 600, 700 times the price. I watch a minister of health buy hazmat suits for cash at 1,000 times the price you could have get it on Amazon.com. PNM and UNC is two sides of the same disgusting corrupt coin. Their biggest worry was that there would ever be a political organization insulated from them, devoid of any recycled politicians, cut off from the contract mafia, unbeholding to the 1%. The Progressive Empowerment Party is a strong and real alternative to the failure of government that we've always had. This weekend here, we just thought we'd sweeten the deal and show you. Forget the big things, look at the little ones. We show you how we would take the promenade, the Brian Lara promenade, and light it up at night and clean it and secure it and put tables and chairs and toilets and rent space to food truck vendors, the length and breadth from Hyatt to Cipriani statue on both sides, so people could come with their friends and their family and sit down and laugh and joke and have a good time and bring life back to the city. Our city is a dead zombie land smelling of piss for homeless and vagrants to spend their time. That is our reality. Look at Woodford Square. I say open Woodford Square, give it to all the acts, all the bands. There's Nigel Ferreira all over Facebook talking a pile of shit. Let them give me rock music on the radio. Nigel, nobody want to hear your rock music on the radio, but if you get an opportunity to go and perform in Woodford Square, you will see if you have a following. And we say make it available to all the bands for free, for all types of music. So you rent it, you know you're renting it, pay for the security, pay for the cleanup. What is that? At $2,000? Have your fete. Bring all the people to listen to your music. But imagine creating an opportunity for people, poets and artists, to do their displays in Woodford Square and light it up and put security in town again. Imagine bringing people back into our capital city and making them want to have to spend time there again with their friends and families. But we can't have that as long as you have them chattering nonsense. Nonsense on the same thread. A PNM sycophant said that can't work, we ain't got anybody to do that. And Nigel Ferreira, who's the opposite of that, comes and say, no, that can't work because they don't play rock music on the radio. How do you help so many broken people? How? How do you help so many broken people stand up and just realize, listen, All of us have to do our part. But if we get a government that says, let's level the playfield, let's make sure that there's enough room for soca and rock music and chutney and everybody to perform. Make it available. What we want to do for the promenade, we want to do North, East, Central, South, and Tobago. And in every constituency that we could find a space. Make it so that people are not trapped to have to go movie town and to drink on the avenue. Bring back family fare. Make it so that people can rent a space for $100 and put up a bed sheet and show a movie with a projector and charge $20 and raise funds for the school. And little things like that. Make spaces available for people again to go and park up and have the barbecue on the line. They don't have to go Coral River with a bottle of white oak. Make it so that the family could build itself back and the community could build itself back. But we have to do that from the top. From the very top. We've corralled the people without choice. We've isolated them and left them starving and hungry for anything that feels like real camaraderie or citizenship. There is nothing good and nothing beneficial about living in Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody wakes up. Nicholas, don't use this thread to talk shit tonight, please. Nobody wakes up in Trinidad. Nobody happy to be here. Nobody. It's a disgusting place to live now. And we have to admit that. And we have to fix it. Sports, arts, entertainment, education, industry. We need to focus on those things and give people hope and opportunity again. Not just the chosen few and the select few. We are not getting anywhere as a country as long as we continue to try to play that everybody have to have big money in their pocket to pay for American style fare. We need to change that. And it's not going to change by us talking shit. It's going to change by us standing together and speaking positive into this country, positive into each other's lives. We have to start standing with each other and demanding better. When an old lady end up in the hospital, lying down on her bed, soaked in piss, we all, 1.4 million of us, have to be outraged. When Christopher Philip crawled around inside the front of that hospital and dead on the lawn, the entire country should have been outraged as if it was our family, as if it was a member of our family, a loved one. Because if we don't start to see each other, if we don't start to see each other as one people at any time, we're going nowhere. All these little political parties, they're forming themselves. 3 letters. Get 3 letters and call yourself a party. Okay, you're a party. What are you bringing to the table? How would you fix it? What would you do? What's your governance agenda? What's your legislative agenda? What's your plan for the people? What's your ideology, your philosophy? What would you do in your first 100 days? How would you fix it? How would you turn the madness of roads that do not get repaired, even though we pay a road tax with every gallon of gas? How would you deal with the issue that this year, we're expecting a drought 6 months after the country nearly drowned in rain, in a deluge of rain of enough water to last us 5 years, but the jackasses haven't figured out yet how to dig a mother-ass hole. And instead of talking about that, we're talking shit and parroting nonsense and putting our energies to bullshit. All of these little people who want to jump up and form a party, ask yourself, tomorrow, you're put in charge of the Ministry of Education. How do you arrest the 7,000 that are going to fail? What do you do to fix it? How do you change the brokenness and the madness of that system? How? What would you do to deal with a deluge that flooded the nation and cut it in two for 2 weeks, followed 3 months later by a drought? How would you address that? What are your plans for that? How would you manage the two-tier economy? How would you manage the influx of US only to certain people? And where is it coming from? And why we've never secured the borders to end the flow of contraband, illegal drugs and guns and human trafficking. We're importing illegal cargo, donkey and cow into Cedros. How come we've never had a conversation? Nobody spoke about the pitch lake before I and the PEP. Now everybody knows to ask a question, and Rowley and China boy had to fly themselves to China and make a deal quick to sanitize it and make it look like it was something properly done. But it wasn't. And the UNC and the PNM was part of that. And a progressive empowerment party will terminate it. The pitch lake belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And it must be so. Stop using your role in government, and I will take that to the Hague. These are war crimes, crimes against the people of this country. You are allowing a massive country like China to buy your children's future through puppets like Rowley and Kamala. And you're not talking about that, but we want to talk shit. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up to the reality of this country and what it is and how to fix it? When? When it's too late? When the wolf at everybody's door? When a January 1st reach, where they charging you to live here? When are we going to deal with it? When? When are we going to say that enough is enough? When are we going to expect that people who have jobs as journalists, who have opportunities in media, use those jobs and those opportunities to speak truth to power as the fourth estate was set up to do? We have no real journalists in this country. Everybody who gets airtime sing for their supper to get that airtime. Nobody else in this country stands against the marauding 1%, the contract mafia, and the two failed PNM and UNC. To this day, Prakash Ramadan hasn't told the nation what he knows about the inside the belly of the beast that is the People's Partnership. So how could you trust the Congress of the People to be anything other than a busted pimple that has had its chance and wasted everybody's time? You are only going to get somewhere as a people in this nation the day we decide to stand up one and another, all of us, one people under one flag, to be the country that we were meant to be. When we demand government, serve the people. When we demand public service, serve the people. When we have the ability, you see, everybody in this country know that what is going to take place from tomorrow with that inspection is wrong. It is morally wrong. It is possibly constitutionally wrong, because I asked a question. You can't come and charge people if licensing office vehicles are inspected. You can't charge people if police vehicles and TNTech vehicles and WASA vehicles and TSTT vehicles and regiment vehicles and ambulance, all of them, not inspected. You can't. Because that would be a breach of constitutional authority, an abuse of public office. But we can't stand up yet. Because in a real country, I'd tell everybody tomorrow that we park up in town. All of it. Lock it up. But we ain't there. Because we don't care. All of us holding we own corner. When we saw that picture of Granny with the two bandits in her kitchen, it went viral. 5,000 shares in about 12 hours. And all everybody thinking is two things. Kill them, but I'm glad they're in my house. And we've not yet figured out how to stand with each other to make sure, first and foremost, that the people who are committing crimes have opportunities outside of criminal life, so that if they choose crime, you could rest the power of the state on them. But at first, we have a responsibility to make sure that crime is interrupted at the gestation stage. We're not talking about that. We like to bullshit. We like to talk jackassery. They come on the wall, they come on the threads, they have nothing to say, interrupt the conversation, attack people, attack you personally, ad hominem. Attack you, kill the message, kill the messenger. That's where we are. And we are going to continue to swim around in a shithole, cesspool, narco state, banana republic, failed nation for as long as we don't understand that all of us in the same shit. And Granny on Christmas Day proved my point to Trinidad and Tobago that nobody's safe. Nobody insulated from the potential madness of this wild place. It's been run into the ground, but we could turn it around. We could make this country a better country by going coming together. When Brian Ahin come on the thing and said the only way to join is to join with the opposition, Brian doesn't, he's still trapped in his mind. Brian still thinks that Indian people have to vote UNC and black people have to vote PNM. But I want Brian and everybody else like him to hear me clear. The Progressive Empowerment Party will join with no other political organization, regardless of who they are. We have a clear ideology, a philosophy, programs, plans to right-size this country, to bring to justice from prime ministers go back, all who were involved in plundering this nation. And we have time to sit down and say, well, that one is my friend and that one is my cousin. Not a shit of that. So anybody who want to join the Progressive Empowerment Party, feel free. If you want to make a donation to this party, do so without an expectation of a quid pro quo, because nobody pulling our strings. So do not assume for yourself that we have any interest in winning government for winning government's sake. The Progressive Empowerment Party has one mission: to win the next general election convincingly, to govern this country properly. The people of Trinidad and Tobago have all the say in their voting finger. And if they choose PNM and UNC, they get to keep that. It's a democracy. But I strongly suggest to you that you wake your neighbors up right now and you tell them, listen, we can't continue down this road. They have nothing good on the other side of a UNC government or a PNM government. And if all of we don't wake up and make sure that we join with that Progressive Empowerment Party and start to build it, the only real and true democratic organization in this country, if we don't sit down and add ourselves and our voices and our bodies and make sure that we stand together, if we don't get all of us one to another to stand up as one people under one flag, this country going to fail. And we only going to have ourselves to blame. Mark. Who making excuses, all of you who rationalizing, you have to tell yourselves, rationalize. I want you to hear me and hear me well. We ain't begging. After 2020, there will be no Progressive Empowerment Party. We either in government or we gone. This is our all-in bet. You have everything that you never knew you always needed to right size and fix this country in one political party. Ignore the racist, sycophantic drivel and the bullshit. Stand together as one people. It's not going to be an easy fight. The contract mafia not giving up that easy, but they're going to give it up. Because they're going to see what real leadership is about. They're going to understand what real governance is about. We have enough rules and enough laws in this country to properly run it, you know. What we need to do is move the shit stakes that warming seats, that allowing people to get away with madness. Consider what we have shown you in the past years where KISS Baking Company is concerned, where every regional corporation has admitted that KISS is breaking the law, but the CEOs of those regional corporations won't send municipal police to move KISS vendors from breaking the law, but they're locking up other vendors in this country, left and right, and breaking down the stores. That is the madness of a 1%, two-tiered, uneven country, and you have to fix that by coming together as one people.
Let's put our country together again.
Imagine they fight and they crawl on their belly. They crawl on their belly to thief a PEP policy and go on and bring a cruise ship in this country to have two people celebrating their anniversary get hold up and rob and stab with a knife down in our capital city. Only a shame. We have companies in this country that are billionaires on paving roads. We own the largest pitch lake on planet Earth, and our roads are the worst roads in the world. How do you, PNM and UNC sycophants, how do you explain that?
If they are the reason why the economy goes round, when you're voting, put them on. If it is the passing laws that alone can float, when you're voting, put them on. If it is the building heights, south, east, west, north, and south, just as how you vote them in. Register and put them on. Totally put them on. State your finger and put them on. Rescue the country. Put them on with tempo. They happy in pain. Let's put our country together again. Put them on with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again.
I'll tell you the power of this wall, the power of this party. I was just given information, the identity. Talking on this live video, I was just given information, the identity of the people who robbed Granny in Highland Park, and I'm texting it to the Commissioner of Police. That is the power. Trinidad and Tobago standing together, you know. Feel these sycophants, they talk big and they talk loud, but they vacuous and they inane and they intellectually bankrupt. They can't give you nothing. This is the real movement. This is the change. Thank you to the person. Of course, your anonymity is guaranteed.
If their policy is a fallacy, their bureaucracy a catastrophe. If they cannot cope and you're seeing so, then your only hope is for them to go. If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout, when you're voting, put them on.
Facebook and talk. If you have no plans and you have no programs, let me explain to you what's happening. On the 19th of January, hear this. On the 19th of January, our South office is opening Saturday the 19th of January at 6 p.m. And all of Trinidad is invited because it is two celebrations in one. It is the opening of our second office, which is our South office, and it is going to be the office for our South region, but it is also our second anniversary celebration. So there will be a massive celebration, no fireworks, but there will be a massive celebration, some tassa, some steel pan, some entertainment, some refreshments, because it had to be. And there will be an opening of the South office, and you will meet the 11 South caretakers and shadow MPs. So you will see, and it is being recorded for broadcast on television, that we're paying for as well. And we know we're paying 2 and 3 times the price the other political parties paying. But we're enduring all of this. What they say, night may run, but day will catch it. Weeping will endure for a while. Yes? We will go through all of this. We will pay our dues. All of these people with opportunities who could have made life easier for us, that went out of their way to make life harder. How you feel they will feel when the day dawns of a progressive empowerment party government, and they have to come and deal with the same people that they put stone in our path when we were walking? How you think they're going to feel? Paul Mamohan asked if it's free drinks. Yes, Paul, but it's not alcoholic drinks. So bring your own shot. But where in South, when that graphic is ready, it is going to be launched publicly later, so everybody will know at the same time. If you are in San Fernando and you would be like to be a part of the movement, link up with Shari Wilson and Michelle Davis. But on the 19th of January, we are having our opening of our South office, and in 6 weeks from that, we'll be opening our East office on Tumpuna Road, Arima. 6 weeks from that, we're opening our North office in Barataria. 6 weeks from that, we're coming to open in Central. And every time we open an office, you are going to get all the shadow MPs and caretakers. You know who those people are? Those people are our candidates for election. As soon as that bell rings, as soon as they call it, we're ready. We campaigning from now. The Progressive Empowerment Party, we're on an election footing. So if you want to be part of the rising tide that is going to lift all boats, shake off the shackles of the PNM and the UNC, and come and join the only political family you will ever need. Trust me. This Saturday at noon, we meet at Stanmore Avenue. Come and join us. People must come first, citizens by right. None of we ours, yellow, black or white. Food, shelter and clothes, free movement and speech. A garden that grows, and one law for each.
If it is that injustice is what they always show,
When you're voting, vote them up.
if it is that avarice is all they seem to know,
When you're voting,
vote them up.
we there from noon, Marina.
If it is their politics,
It's just a puppy show. When elections day come,
all bandits must go.
register and vote them up.
If they don't see,
Vote them out.
strain your finger and vote them out.
Show them no mercy.
Throw them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power, dominate the reign. Let's put our country together again.
Time to wake up. Time to stand up. Time to shake off all of the madness that they put in our minds. Mommy used to vote this. Tanti used to vote that. Papi used to vote this. Forget that. Mommy, Tanti, and Papi went to their graves in a suffering country because of those votes. It is time for you to undo the ignobility that gave them all of that misery and stand together for a better country. We, the Progressive Empowerment Party, draw a line in the sand with the PNM and the UNC now. We are in this to win this. If you have a better alternative to what we propose, come out and say it, and then explain to the country why you didn't do it before and who you heard it from. Because all of a sudden the PNM and the UNC chattering plenty Progressive Empowerment Party policies that neither of them have done while actually having public office and could have done it. So if you didn't do it and you always knew it, then you have nothing but contempt for the people of this country. And that is an even better reason to fire all of these stunting jackasses. In truth and in fact, all 1.4 million of us, regardless of which boat we come here on, we are Trinbagonians, and we must stand together on that. One people under one flag, and rescue this country to the benefit of all people. This Saturday, we are in office at 19 Stanmore Avenue, that's PEP headquarters, and we are there from noon. I think the public meeting is 2 o'clock. All of you who would like to get involved in any way in the operations of the party, if you would like to join, we have a massive membership drive going on right now, and if you can't afford the membership fee, message me, I'll pay it for you. We want all of our people signed up and duly certified as members. Get your membership card, because in August we are launching Membership Has Its Privileges. We are launching a list of companies that all of our card holders will be getting discounts and savings and benefits from, to the benefit of all of our people. And if you want to be a part of the Progressive Empowerment Party, it is a simple matter of coming and signing up. Once you are a citizen of the country and you could vote, but you could join from wherever you are, but you need to be able to vote to make a difference. Come and join the Progressive Empowerment Party. Come and add yourself and your voice to the growing mass of decency, proper humanity, civic-minded patriots who, like you, want a better country for all of our children, for ourselves to retire. We have plans and policies that will fix and right-size this country. Tomorrow morning, Tony Defoe and I are on 104.7 from 9. We should have some guests dropping by in the persons of the party's research officer, Anne-Marie Dulal, because we will be taking up public issues that we will be championing in the public space. Also, we expect to be visited by the PRO and the chairman at some point during the morning tomorrow, as it's the first of the 3-hour shows. Tune in to that, mark your whatever your reminder is. Yes? So until tomorrow, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.